Well, we take a loss. A loss. Yeah, we take a loss. You know why? Because our manager is not... I'm not going to say he's not good enough. People are already shouting Klopp out just after one loss. Shut your mouths up. If you think Klopp is not good enough to be the Liverpool manager, why do you think he has been able to win as the Champions League, the Premier League, every single thing in the world that we have not won in years? Get out, you're not a real Liverpool fan, and think first at which situation in Klopp is. But still, Klopp did not make the right choices today. And he's gonna give out, we don't need midfielders. It's not like a game of Monopoly. Just spend a midfielder. You've seen that horror show of a defense today. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. I'm sorry. That midfield, not good enough. Our defense, not good enough. Darwin Núñez, whenever he's on side, misses a sitter of a chance. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I don't know what to say. Like, he is injured, but that first half is just freaking awful. But at least he scored. Mal shot up all the haters, but still not good enough. He is not good enough, and I think Keita should be starting now until the end of the season. Keita has to start because Harvey Elliott, I'm sorry, but he's not good enough to start for us. He's absolutely not good enough to start for us. He is a great impact sub, in my opinion. He can change the game when he comes off, but he should not be starting. He shouldn't be starting. He was not good enough. And also we saw, obviously, Matip coming on for Van Dijk. But why did we start Konate in the first place? You're going in a game against a Brentford team, despite the fact they didn't even have Ivan Toney. Klopp thinking, it's okay, they don't have Ivan Toney. Let's go in easy on them. We'll let them score a few goals, and then we'll try and come back. Shut up! They have been literally one of the best dark horses of this campaign so far. They have been the dark horses. They embarrassed Man United at the start of the season, destroyed Man City at the Etihad. Can you please think for once and not start Harvey Elliott? And not put Oxlade-Chamberlain down the left when he had an awful performance against bloody Leicester. Like, please, just... First of all, we need to come back from this game a lot better. We need to come back. Our mentality's got to change. And whatever the lads are doing in training needs to change as well. Trent, you need to just work on your defending. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I'm telling you right now, cannot defend for the life of him at times. Klopp needs to tell him that. Go to him on his head. I don't care if you cannot have favourites. In a football team, you cannot have favourites. You'll just, Klopp's going to play into their games and they do nothing to save the game. They absolutely do nothing to save the game. And our owners, I know the owner... FSG are trying to get the club sold, but they splashed the cash on Cody Gakpo, but they can't splash the cash on midfielders. No, Klopp wasted. He wasted a lot of his transfer. The money he was given for his transfers was just mainly signing Darwin Núñez and getting Arthur on loan. And then signing Carvalho when you just put him on the bench and he can't even start. Come on. Did Klopp not see how Carvalho impacted the game against Newcastle when we came back 2-1? He came off the bench and scored. That's why I like Carvalho. He's not I wouldn't put him as a starter, but he's a good impact sub. He was good. But still, how do you... I get Carvalho starting you don't start Carvalho, obviously, or Harvey Elliott in that case. But just bring him on off for Chamberlain. Although even though he scored, I wanted him to come on. At least show something. Show some fight. Show some fight in that Liverpool team. But there's nothing. Absolutely nothing that side can do to even win against a great Brentford team. And Spurs drew against Brentford. And we lost 3-1 to Brentford. Anyways, congratulations to Brentford, honestly. You guys deserve the win. I'm pretty sure they're in 7 now. That's how many goals have we conceded this year, lads? Like, this season. Apparently it's 23. 23 goals. And how many goals have we scored this season? Let us find out. How many goals have we scored this season? We scored a total of 33 goals. Alright, that's not bad. But conceding 23 goals is unacceptable. We cannot allow that anymore. I'm sorry. And I have to say, Mo Salah, right now, I mean, he scored when we came back on Boxing Day against Aston Villa. But I think he just needs to be a bit better. I honestly don't think he was at his best today. There are those days, okay? And people saying Klopp out ever since the start of the season. I was Klopp out for a while, but after seeing what situation Klopp has been put into, I know he shouldn't be out yet. He is a good manager, but he shouldn't be out just yet. He knows what to do, but he's got it wrong on the midfielder decision. Thinking that we don't need a midfielder. We absolutely need a midfielder. The fans have said it. We have all said it from the start of the season that we have needed a midfielder. And he refuses to say that we need a midfielder. We absolutely need a midfielder. And I feel like you should have started Keita tonight. He should have started Keita tonight. Keita, coming off the bench, was brilliant. I'm sorry, he got it wrong by starting Harvey Elliott. And he got it wrong by starting Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Ibrahima Konate, I'm sorry, but I feel like he should not have played that 90 minutes. I'm sorry. It's just my opinion because I get Van Dijk coming off, but can't you get someone else to play for Konate? Because after that own goal and then him allowing Brian and then slipping against Brian and Mbeumo, like, I'm sorry, man, but like Konate, he was not his best tonight. Like subbing him off, I felt like he should have been subbed off. Probably Nat Phillips come on. And we saw Nat Phillips. He performed well the last time out in the Carabao Cup. He played really well. But again, he has his favourites. Klopp has his favourites. And the favouritism needs to stop in this Liverpool team. We need to fess up. And Klopp needs to admit that he's made a mistake. And Klopp, why do you keep like you're on the sidelines watching this goal fest from Brentford and absolutely destroying us go down, and you're there smiling. Like, make the bloody change for once. Just make the change. Like, I'm sorry, but like you should know. You as a manager should know when to make the change. You need to know when the problem is. But I know, I get subbing off Costa Tsimikas off. And if you want my man of the match, it was Andy Robertson. None of those players who played the 90 minutes was man of the match. None of them. Apart from Alisson, at least. But Alisson can't do anything about those goals because our defense, they can't defend for their life. Trent cannot defend. He needs to learn how to defend for once. Klopp needs to put him on a defending plan for, 10 weeks? I'm sorry, he needs to start learning how to defend for once. Not learning how to defend, but defend at least. Set pieces. Learn how to defend at least. Attempts on goal. Like, come on. He needs to be better. But yeah, honestly, top 4 is gonna be a a long road to get to. Like, if we can get a somewhat decent midfielder this January transfer window, Klopp, I'm sorry, Cody Gakpo, he may act well for now, as when he starts against Aston Villa, but he shouldn't be the only signing of this window. You need to look, and these players need to tell him right at his face that our problem is the midfield, and we need to respect to all those players who are playing in the midfield for us, but there needs to be change. That midfield, it will not compete with top 4. The teams in the top 4: Arsenal, Newcastle, Arsenal, Newcastle, Man City, Tottenham. Who's in the top 4? But those teams in the top 4, we cannot compete with that aging midfield. And it's sad to see Jordan Henderson was ruled out of the game. But against the top 4, we're going to need to deliver. And right now, that midfield is not delivering at the moment. Yeah. He just needs to know that our midfield needs to change. It really needs to. Old, aging, not good enough. Inexperience from the young players who should not be starting in high risk games. And because of that win, Brentford are 7th. And if we don't win our next match against Brighton, a good Brighton team as well, it's over. Top 4, it'll be over if we don't beat Brighton. And we absolutely need to beat Brighton. I'm sorry, there's no excuse. We absolutely need to beat Brighton. Yeah, I'll see tomorrow what to expect. And I'll also think about a video about Matheus Nunes, because in the last few hours there have been rumors of us being linked with him. I hope it's true, but please just, whatever you do, just get him in. And don't play him. And if you get a midfielder in, don't put them on the bench. Just start them. I don't care. I don't care if they're shit. I don't care if they're not good enough. Not to say they're not good enough. I don't care if they're not at your likings, but just start whichever midfielder you sign. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video.